Auburn has officially added another quarterback to the roster in Robbie Ashford from Oregon. Robbie Ashford is the third player that is transferring from Oregon to Auburn. And this is a position that we've seen a lot of turmoil in. We've seen a lot of speculation, and we really don't have any consistency after Bo Nix. We're kind of doing a trade, but Bo Nix left Auburn. He's going to Oregon, and now we've kind of done a trade, and we're getting three players from Oregon back to Auburn, or at least coming to Auburn. But let's focus on Robbie Ashford for right now. So here's what you need to know about him as quarterback. First of all, let me give you some quick stats on him. He is currently listed at 225 pounds. He's 6'4". He should still have 4 years of eligibility left coming out of high school. These are some, I think, important stats about him, or some important information about Robbie Ashford. Coming out of high school, he was the 15th ranked dual threat quarterback by Rivals. He was the consensus number 2 quarterback from Alabama. Some people mentioned that, or some people voted him as the number 1 quarterback from Alabama during that season or after that season. And by ESPN, he was rated as the number 8 pocket passer. So some concerns that fans have had about Auburn's quarterback, specifically players like TJ Finley, is the lack of mobility that he has. That goes away with Robbie Ashford. He is a dual threat quarterback, which means he does have the ability to run the ball if he needs to. My personal opinion about Robbie Ashford, some of the biggest benefits he brings. One, he's a very good pocket passer. That's going to work well for Brian Harsin and for Austin Davis. That is what they want to work with. But at the same time, what we know about Auburn is that the quarterbacks that tend to do the best are the ones who can get out of pressure when they need to. Well, with him being one of the top dual threat quarterbacks, that shows that he has that ability. So one, he's going to be looking through his reads. He's going to make good reads. He's going to look for the open receivers. He's going to make the best plays he can. But if Robbie Ashford sees that there is too much pressure, or the play is collapsing, the pocket's collapsing, the play is busted, and he needs to make something happen, he has the ability to run out of the pocket. He has the ability to scramble and make a play or make something happen from nothing. In my opinion, that is a very important skill when you are the quarterback at Auburn. That's why a lot of people were excited about Demetrius Davis coming. He has those abilities, and now we're also going to have Robbie Ashford. The previous commit we got, the previous transfer, Zach Calzada, he's not as much of a scrambler as Robbie Ashford or Demetrius Davis, but he, once again, Calzada, Ashford, Finley, Davis, Holden Garner, those are our 5 scholarship quarterbacks. This is going to make for a very, very interesting offseason at this position. I don't know when we're going to know who the starter will be, but the good news is I think we have enough players in the quarterback room now that we can get a starter. They're going to take some good looks at these guys in the spring. I think the spring game is going to be very interesting at A-Day on April 9th. I think it will be very interesting because we're actually going to get to see multiple quarterbacks. I highly doubt that they're going to have somebody named by that time. It could be that they're going to go with TJ Finley as the starter for now. That is very possible. He is, out of all the guys, he is the one that has been starting for Auburn most recently. He started, I think, the last 3 games at Auburn. But the question is, who will be the starter going forward? I think with the addition of Robbie Ashford, we can officially put the rumors of Caleb Williams coming to Auburn to rest. I don't think that's going to happen. So we're going to move on from that. And also with the addition of Robbie Ashford, I think we could say that we are no longer looking for any more quarterbacks to add to the team. We've got enough. We need to work with what we have. And I think we have several good options. Depending on who you ask, some people think that Zach Calzada is currently the favored quarterback to start for Auburn. He did have a pretty decent season at Texas A&M. His marquee win was obviously against Alabama, but he was not consistent throughout the entire season. Do I think he's going to be the for sure go-ahead starter? I'm not sure yet. I really think this is going to be an open competition from Brian Harsin and Austin Davis. I don't think they have decided on any one QB. I think that's part of the reason why Bo Nix left, because he would not confirm that Bo Nix would be the starter for the 2022 season, and he didn't like that. So I think that going into the spring game, it's kind of wide open, and whoever wants to be the starter, whoever can show that they will put in the work and they can learn the system, they are going to be the ones to win the job. I personally do not think Holden is going to win the job this year. I think he's going to stay, red-shirted. I think he'll learn the system, and they're going to try to save him. The question is going to be what is going to happen with TJ Finley and Demetrius Davis. I personally think one of them is going to leave. I do not think we're going to keep both TJ Finley and Demetrius Davis. I would be surprised if they both stayed, and if one of them is going to leave, it's going to happen pretty soon. The one I would keep my eyes on is TJ Finley. Demetrius Davis has not started any, but I do think he's been learning the system. He does have multiple. He does have a varied skill set compared to TJ Finley, and I would be willing to bet that TJ Finley is more likely to transfer than Demetrius Davis, but we'll have to see what happens. So the QB race is certainly heating up. Robbie Ashford has added a whole new dynamic to this mix, and I'm very interested to see how this plays out, but it should make for a very entertaining offseason. That's all I have on Robbie Ashford. There's some other stuff I wanted to talk about because we have some guys who've entered the transfer portal. We have some more, it's all the transfer kind of news that happens this time of year. But anyway, I'll save that for another video. Thank you for watching this one. And please do me one favor real quick. Two favors. One, go ahead and hit the like button on this video because that's going to help me out. But two, please go and welcome Robbie Ashford to Auburn. I've already seen some people trashing him, and I just don't think that's acceptable at all. Go welcome him to Auburn. Show him what being an Auburn man is all about. And, his mom's on Twitter too. Go welcome her as well. Please show them what we're like as a fan base, the good sides. I know we're very passionate and we can get down on people, but please don't get down on somebody before they've even stepped foot on the field. He hasn't played college ball yet, so give him a chance. The other thing I forgot to mention is that Robbie Ashford is actually a dual sport athlete. So he did play for Oregon baseball like 20 games. So that could be something he does at Auburn. I've not heard anything about that yet, but we could be looking at Robbie playing baseball in the spring as well as football in the fall. Just something to keep an eye on. Thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.